BookTube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I am here today with a tag video that I have filmed twice now. I even uploaded it once. And I'm just really struggling with the topic. This is the acquiring books or book acquiring. I've seen it both ways. Tag, it was created by Kristen at Enter the Book, and I was tagged by Shelly Swearingen, and I will link to both of their channels down below. But yeah, acquiring books is really kind of a minefield for me because and as I'm sitting behind like two large bookcases, there's my goodness, 3, 4, 5, 6 other bookcases in the room and a cupboard with books in it as well, and there are piles and there are things at the front of shelves you probably can't see, but yeah, so I don't like that. I want everything to have a place, and I want there to be some more order, and I am really guilty at the moment because I took a bunch of books from my parents' house recently, and so some of them I'm going to be sending off to some of you guys, but some of them I really want to read, and there's no room, so I have to, in my mind at least, I have to find a way to read some things that I can then pass on to somebody else who might enjoy them more, or put in a little free library, donate to the local library, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just keep seeing this one pile off in the corner, and I'm just like, oh my God, where are those gonna go? I have no idea. And what's really tricky for me too is it's not like I can just read a book and be like, oh, look, I don't like this book, we're getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it because there is a we. And when you live with someone who loves books as much as my husband Jason, who many of you will know from Old Blues Chapter and Verse, yeah, like he loves books so much. He takes so much joy from just looking at them and just looking at the shelves, and he gets tremendous satisfaction from that, whereas I'm like, why doesn't everything fit? Now, I will say one great improvement that we have made is that we bought a house with a long skinny room in it, knowing that it was going to be the library, and so at least the books for the most part are all contained in this room, so that helps me sleep at night a little bit better. But I mean, I got a library cart. I've named her Alice, and she's kind of my high priority books or things I want to get to maybe this year, hopefully this year. So okay, we'll get into the questions now. Question number 1. Do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? So, I mean, I think there's some of both, but at the moment, I am feeling really overwhelmed by the number of books that I'm challenging myself to read this year, and so yeah, I'm at the moment I'm kind of at a, like, I don't need any more books. Again, I live with a book lover, and so occasionally I come home from work and oh, there's a new book on the coffee table. And it's just like okay. And you know, sometimes there are things that both Jason and I want to read. Sometimes it's a Jason book, sometimes it's a Kelly book. You know, it's a whole variety of things, but yeah, so I would say at the moment my plan is stop buying books, Kelly, and spend that time reading. Question 2, how do you decide what books to buy? The only thing that comes to mind right now that I do really want to get more of is Anthony Trollope, and I really want to have the whole, I'm going to say it wrong again, Barsetshire Chronicles. It's the one with Barchester Towers in it, okay? It starts with the Warden. I have the Warden, I have Barchester Towers, and I have Dr. Thorne, which I haven't read yet. Might be on this card over here. So I would really like to get the rest of that series, and own them, because I think they're really, really special books. So I would like some more Trollope, but otherwise, like, man, I'm pretty satisfied. I've got a lot of stuff to read. Question 3. What is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital, or audio, new versus used? It's a lot of questions within one question. So, if there is, like, so Trollope, you know, I mean, I might look around if I'm in a bookstore, new or used, for Anthony Trollope. I think the last time I was at our used bookstore, Barchester Towers was there, but that was it. That was the only one, and I already own it. If I'm out and about and I see it, I mean, my dream would be to find, like, you know, perfect condition copies of some of these things in a little free library. But those are the kinds of things I would probably get online and buy, and I would buy the edition that I wanted and that sort of thing. So if it's something that I know I want, I'm gonna buy it online. I do love shopping in bookstores, though. There's just something about discovering a book that you didn't know existed, or the impulse of the moment. So I do love going to big bookstores, independent bookstores, used bookstores, although our used bookstore, it's just so expensive. I wish our used bookstore were a little bit more reasonable, but it just is what it is. So, and at the moment, depending on what happens with my eyes in the future, Jason and I only read physical books. So we don't have e-readers, and we don't listen to anything on audiobook. And I, frankly, am the kind of reader, audiobooks just don't work for the way that I read. I find myself so many times going back and reading the last 2 paragraphs of something. So audiobooks just don't kind of work with my brain and how I read. So everything my husband and I reads at the moment is a physical copy. Question number 4. What about little free libraries? What do you think about them? Have you used one? Why or why not? I love little free libraries. I have done a video where I unhauled some books, and I hauled a couple things, and so I'll link to that down below. I've only done it once because it's kind of a filming challenge. Those of you who have made those sorts of videos understands. But I have been strongly saying to Jason, like, I want to do that again. There is one that's just right around the corner from our house, and so that's a lot of fun just to go and see. And I recently got an Agatha Christie book there, so that was super exciting. I keep hoping that I'm gonna find more, but I haven't seen any lately. So, question 5: how do you feel after acquiring a book or books? Do you share, like, in a book haul or a diary? So I don't write books down until I've actually read them, but I do make haul videos. I recently made one about hauling a lot of books from my parents' house. I didn't even show you guys all of them, partially because I'm hoping to give some away in the future. But so you can check out my haul playlist and see what you think. But again, one of the things to understand about my channel is in 2020, my husband and I decided that, and this was all before COVID happened, we were only going to read the books from our home library. And then COVID hit. Jason he really struggled in the pandemic. We were both a bit distracted. I think I was able to kind of shift some of the energy, you know, like I think I was able to like overcome a little bit of that hurdle and really read books that I have owned for over 20 years. We went a whole year with each of us buying one book. And that was a really great experience for me. That really kind of made me go, oh yeah, like I do have all of these wonderful books. I don't need to buy anything more. I don't need to acquire anything else. Question 6. How do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? I think we've kind of covered that. Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a little amount? Again, my dream is that I wouldn't need this cart and all of the books could just fit on the shelves. Now, there are a lot of books on this cart that I think I only need to read once. And then I think I can let go of. So that's an exciting thought. However, I always have to check with Jason. I have offered books on this channel before, and Jason's like, I want to read that book. He's never going to read some of them. That's okay though. And it ended up working out better anyway to just buy that person a copy of the book and have it sent to them. So it wasn't a big deal, but I can't just exclusively like decide to get rid of something. So I do have to, there is a screening process, I guess, if you will. So yeah, so it feels like a lot right now, but I think that's mainly because I won a $50 eBay gift certificate earlier this year, which for some reason I just felt like I had to spend it all on books and I had to do it right away. I don't know why I felt that way, but I did. And then I recently visited my parents and went through one bookcase with my mom, and that was challenging. But I took a bunch of books, some to take to free libraries, some to give to you guys. There's some other books that I haven't even shown you yet, so I'm excited. I'm excited about that, but it was like their book collection was a little bit more, it's more overwhelming for me at their house than it is at ours. So let's see. Question 7. How do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? I just want to be able to get through a snowstorm, or if I have to stay at home for a while or whatever. That's what I want. What's the right number? I mean, there is no answer to that. I just really want to make sure that I always have something to go to that I'm excited about, that I'm looking forward to. So that's the right number for me, whatever that is. Question number 8. Do you have a TBR game or process for reading your unread books? So I have this infamous library cart. I named her Alice. I know you can't see her very well, and I apologize for that. I'll figure it out somehow. Eventually. And I've already added things to the library cart since I kind of gave you guys a tour of what was on my library cart. So added some things for future events and some buddy reads and yeah, good stuff. So my TBR process, like these are the high priority books, and there's some books that I got at my parents' house that I'll probably add to this cart. Yeah, it was I'm if I could somehow get through the majority of this cart this year, man, that would be fantastic. I would be really, really excited about that. I don't know that that's possible, but I can dream, right? Question 9, do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it, and can it be adjusted? So I'm not going to sit here and call my husband a problem. He can't be adjusted. He loves buying books. It just is what it is. Such a great guy. I love him so much. So he's not a problem, but he does have a book buying problem, and I don't think it can be adjusted, unfortunately. I'm not going to tag anyone. The next one is tag 2 or 3 others. So I feel like I've done a lot of book buying, or yeah, I feel like I've done tags like this before, but if you have never done a tag talking about your book buying habits, those sorts of things, then by all means, I hope that you will do this tag. Let me know when you do. And of course, number 11 is know you are awesome just as you are. Being a book lover is amazing, which I completely agree. That's why we're all here, right? That's why we're hanging out on this virtual platform talking about books all day. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Tell me what your answers to these questions are in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on acquiring books. I know some of you are trying not to acquire any books this year. So how is that going? How is that working out for you? But yeah, so share your thoughts with me down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider it. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.